And a very warm welcome if you've just joined me on my channel, Nudge's View on Things. How you doing? How you keeping? Hope everybody's safe and sound where you are. FAA advisory cameras, links in the description box down below. We're going to be looking at Hoonah South 195 degrees. Did I pronounce that correctly? Wednesday 20th September 2017. And you can see straight away we've got a lensing system in place, and every time I see this, and it now is prevalent in every single camera I'm looking at, and you can see that there's a lens just here, and this will go upwards. Over here we've got this red object. Let's click through the pictures, and there seems to be an object just there and possibly another object just there, which I showed yesterday. And we can see there's a bit of plasma interaction going on down here and down here. It's for you to make your own minds up. I mean, you're grown up enough to understand what I'm showing you. One of the most important things we've got to understand, it shouldn't be on camera. Yeah, go figure. And we've got plasma interaction, and it seems to trail all the way down there, and we've got another one that goes off this direction here. Now this is quite interesting. It just disappears. The sun is still there in the background, by the way. There is no ifs, no buts about that. Life would not exist. There's many people that might argue where the sun is, but there is a sun simulator, but where that is, we're really not too sure. But hey, that's what makes the world go round. And we've got this interaction here, and we've got this plasma interaction yet again here. And we still got this object that is slowly getting a little bit brighter each time. And our sun and sun simulator goes through the sky. There seems to be a red hue that goes round, and yeah, it goes in front of this post just here. So we know that's a projected image. And what we're looking at here, I don't know. Like I said, plasma interaction just there. As we click through the pictures, we can see that this object now is starting to get brighter and brighter, and near enough in every single picture we're getting plasma interaction. And it seems to be getting yet again brighter and brighter, and then we get interaction. Whether this is a planet, a whatever it is, it's very, very close to this. Whether it's in front of the sun or behind the sun, I'm not rightly too sure, or it's even by the sun simulator. But hey, is this a sky disk or is this a planet? We've got interaction. You can see it's plain as day. The most important thing, yet again, it shouldn't be on camera. So what is it? You need to pay attention to how big the sun is, or the sun simulator. And yeah, we've got interaction here because it suddenly grows as it sort of like swallows this object up. And you can still see the bottom of it just there. I'm saying it's not right. And yeah, you make your own minds up. How big has that all of a sudden got? What I want to do is show you from a different camera that there is something there, so it corroborates what we're talking about, but we get to see something even more fascinating. So now we're looking at Craig southwest 215 degrees. Start time is exactly the same time. Date on the video is exactly the same, which is Wednesday 20th of September 2017. Let's click through the pictures. Before we do, you can see that there's a chemtrail haze in the background. It goes from extremely white to light blue to, yeah, it doesn't matter where you look on the horizon, we seem to get that effect. We get to see this lensing system, which I now know is a lensing system, and it does look really, really milky as it comes in, but it is part of their lensing system. And look at that, what appears. Our red spinning planet possibly, or is this another object? Because yeah, of course it is. It's a lens flare, and lens flares spin, don't they? I reckon it's somebody that kicked a beach ball and it is spinning through the air. Hey, go figure. Notice how dark it gets. And you can see that this lensing system comes round as this object, and we always get to see it in approximately the same position, and it travels that direction just there, and you can start to see this object which we saw in the last clip, and it's starting to get brighter and brighter. But something quite interesting happens. We get this object here, and you make your own minds up, but we get the lensing system circle just there. Something else quite interesting happens as we click through. We get another lens system here. These are projected images. I don't think we can see them. Camera is sensitive enough to pick all this up, and we can't visually see them. Is it possible that we could see this? Not rightly too sure. And as I click to the next picture, you can see it starting to disappear. This is turned around, and we've got this red object which I've shown before. And something quite interesting happens because we get another object. So we got our SuN and SuN simulator just up there. This is spinning. We've got this object here with this red dots, and we've got this object here. You can see the lens system that they're using a lot more clearly in that picture. And did you notice how that actually got brighter and darker? Okay, people were going to say exposure. Okay, whatever. Any rate, we're looking at this object here, which we saw on the other camera. So we know that this object is in the sky, and it shouldn't be there. Oh, just saying. We got a lens system in place, and we can tell that because we have a line that will run across here as we go through the pictures. We still got our object there, and we still got our object there. Is this object this? And this is a separate object. Is this? Yeah, well, I've got no answers for you at all. But you can still see this object spinning. You can just about see this object here, and we've got this red object here, which has a hole here. Well, yeah, you make your own minds up. Like I said, it shouldn't be there in the sky. And then we've got our object starting to light up just here. And if we go back to that last picture, the colour seems to change, but yeah, it's all to do with exposure, I'm sure, you know. But hey. But we can clearly see that there is an object here, and it seems to be, well, what can I say? And you can see that Craig is just there, and you can see that Hoonah is just there, and it's approximately 700 kilometers. Between the two cameras, they are miles apart, so we would get to see different vantage points of the same thing. But you can clearly see this object spinning through the sky just there. And you can see this lensing system twisting round because it's directed. There's the pivot point just there. Like I say, this object sort of like moves from there to there. But of course, these are lens flares, you know. Some kid is screaming his head off because he's lost his balloon and it's flying through the air. That's exactly what that is. And we get our red object back here. We got this object, as you can clearly see there, and we got this object that is spinning here. And all of a sudden our red object seems to disappear. But yet you can still see this object here, and this is still clearly spinning. Yeah, that big balloon that poor child lost. So what I've done, I've upped the contrast, up the saturation, and down the brightness, so it brings out a little bit more detail. Let's have a quick look. I'm not going to say very much, it's self-explanatory. What we've got to remember, and very, very importantly, what we've got to remember, it shouldn't be on camera, number one. That's a fact. Really, come on, truthfully. And should it even be in the skies? No. For it to be on camera, there must be something. That's all I've got to say about the whole subject. Much love, much peace, and I'll catch you next time. Be safe, everybody. Things are getting very, very strange very quickly.